The death of Harrenhal sent shockwaves through Westeros. For centuries, castles had been the ultimate symbol of power. Thick walls, deep moats, and towering keeps had protected kings from countless enemies. But in a single night, Balerion had shown that even the mightiest fortress could become a blazing tomb. Many lords quickly abandoned thoughts of resistance. One by one, they rode to Aegon the First Targaryen, knelt before him, and swore their loyalty. Aegon accepted them graciously, confirming their titles and lands. His reputation grew as a ruler who rewarded loyalty as generously as he punished defiance. Yet not every kingdom was ready to yield. To the southeast lay the powerful Stormlands, ruled by the aging Argilac Durrandon. Argilac had once been one of Westeros's greatest warriors. Proud, fearless, and stubborn, he had spent his life defending his kingdom from rivals. Now, in his old age, he faced an enemy unlike any before. When Aegon first sought an alliance, Argilac rejected it with scorn. He considered the Targaryens little more than foreign upstarts. The king reportedly responded with insults so severe that diplomacy became impossible. War was inevitable. Aegon sent his trusted friend and commander, Orys Baratheon, to lead the invasion of the Stormlands. Rumors swirled that Orys was Aegon's half-brother, though no official acknowledgement was ever made. Argilac marched out to meet him. The weather seemed to side with the Storm King. Rain lashed the armies. Winds howled across the battlefield. Mud swallowed horses and slowed soldiers. The battle became known as the Last Storm. Argilac fought with the courage that had made him famous. Though advanced in years, he personally led charges against Orys's forces, cutting down many enemies. But age and exhaustion eventually caught up with him. The Storm King fell in battle. His reign, and the ancient line of the Durrandon kings, came to an end. Back at Storm's End, Argilac's daughter, Argella Durrandon, refused to surrender. She declared herself queen. She barred the gates. She ordered her soldiers to prepare for a siege. Unlike many rulers who had already bent the knee, Argella intended to fight until the end. But those inside the castle saw no hope. They knew dragons could destroy walls. They knew their king was dead. Continuing the war meant certain destruction. Rather than obey Argella, her own men betrayed her. They seized her, stripped away the symbols of her authority, tied her hands, and delivered her naked and in chains to Orys Baratheon. Orys was appalled by the humiliation she had suffered. Instead of celebrating, he ordered that she be treated with dignity. He had her clothed, freed from her chains, and offered her mercy. In time, Orys married Argella, uniting the bloodlines of House Durrandon and the newly established House Baratheon. Through this marriage, the Baratheons inherited Storm's End and became the lords of the Stormlands. The old dynasty had fallen, but its legacy lived on. While Aegon secured victories elsewhere, two of the most powerful kings in Westeros realized that fighting alone would only lead to defeat. The wealthy Mern Ninth Gardener, ruler of the Fertile Reach, joined forces with Loren I Lannister, ruler of the Westerlands. Together, they assembled an army unlike any seen before. More than 50,000 soldiers marched beneath banners of gold and green. Knights in shining armor, archers, spearmen, heavy cavalry, war horses stretching to the horizon. Against any ordinary enemy, such a force would have been unstoppable. Many believed Aegon's conquest would end here. His own army was far smaller. Yet Aegon possessed something no number of soldiers could match: 3 dragons. The two armies met on a broad plain that history would forever remember as the Field of Fire. At first, the battle unfolded like countless others. The combined host advanced in disciplined ranks, their cavalry prepared to overwhelm Aegon's smaller force. Then, above the thunder of hooves, came another sound, the beating of wings. From the sky descended Balerion, Vhagar, and Meraxes. For the first time in recorded history, 3 dragons attacked a single battlefield together. They did not target individuals. They attacked the army itself. Flames swept across the dry grass. The fields erupted into a sea of fire. Smoke rolled across the battlefield, blinding soldiers and horses alike. Armor became ovens. Wooden shields burst into flames. War horses panicked, throwing their riders. Entire companies disappeared beneath dragonfire before they could even raise their weapons. The heat was so intense that steel softened, banners ignited, and the air itself seemed to burn. The proud host of the Reach and the Westerlands dissolved into chaos. Thousands died where they stood. The battle lasted only a short time, but its consequences echoed through history. King Mern IX Gardener perished alongside nearly all his heirs, ending the royal Gardener line that had ruled the Reach for thousands of years. King Loren I Lannister, seeing that further resistance would only bring annihilation, surrendered to Aegon after the battle. Aegon allowed him to retain his lands as Lord of Casterly Rock, transforming a defeated king into one of his greatest vassals. The Reach was granted to Harlan Tyrell, the steward of the Gardeners, whose descendants would become one of the most powerful noble houses in Westeros. By now, Aegon had broken 3 of the greatest powers in Westeros. The Riverlands had submitted. The Stormlands had fallen. The Reach and the Westerlands had been defeated in a single catastrophic battle. Only a few kingdoms still stood independent. Among them was one unlike the others. A harsh, mountainous land whose people had no intention of meeting dragons in open battle. Its ruler would force Aegon to learn that dragons, powerful though they were, could not win every war. That kingdom was Dorne.